Hey! Look! Look what? Look. Look! Look! Me. Hi, everybody.
Has anyone ever told you you have stunning cheekbones?
10.
I added in the burp. In blurp. And when I tell you...
10.
I still fucking hate the blurp site. It has changed, or shifted, again.
Has anyone ever told you you have stunning cheekbones?
Oh my god. I cannot figure out what the fuck is happening with that goddamn site. Also, thanks, Birdie. And also, hello, Percy. Hello, everybody, really. Belchstorm is going to be a thing eventually. Oh, yeah. Now that the Belch is in, oh, 100%. We'll do that at some point. I don't know when some point, but eventually it will most certainly be happening.
We're sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, JJ, for the biddles. Wait, was that not the one you wanted?
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Thank you, JJ. Both for a second bit to fix what the intention was, and also for the compliment within the blurb. I guess it's not a blurb, the cheer. Boy howdy. I am... How is Skulls? Ah, perfect. I was just about to say. I'm a tired boy. Not that that's anything new. But, just... I feel like I could have a nap. Just all the time, anytime. It's just... Sleep stream. They are a thing. It is something that could be done. How is Skull's caveat besides horrifically tired? Well, to answer that and JJ's question of work fulfilling so far, I think the one reason why I feel extra tired is because of their floors being concrete and just the few kitchen mats kind of tossed down, which does help a lot, like in comparison to just standing on concrete. But I also never did well with standing on kitchen mats. And they always, like... They really make the arches in my feet feel tired. And you can see my arm kind of moving around here just because I'm rubbing the front of my shins.
It's fucking diabolical.
It is. Because my shins always fucking get it whenever I'm standing around. So that makes me feel more tired because my legs are tired. And if your legs are tired, the rest of you is just fucked. There's no getting around that. That's my mama rolling in. Before stream started, Mom was like, tell everybody, like, thank you for the birthday wishes because today is the Mama Skull's birthday. And of course, tomorrow is the Mother's Day. I think it's a Sunday thing. Haha. Me constantly confusing holidays where it's either like a set Sunday or a set Monday, and I never remember who's who, but I remember that they do. Apps on the birth mama skulls. So, she wanted to send her love and appreciation for the love and appreciation of her. So thank you, people, for including my mother in things and thinking of her. Streamer I used to watch that once put an animation on stream of their character standing in an elevator nearly falling asleep with royalty-free music playing in the background when they went to bed. 10 times more views than any other stream, of fucking course. People as the entity of an audience are so unpredictable, but so consistent in being unpredictable. Fucking hate this game. Which imagine such a, like, a quote-unquote simple thing to do. Just leave your stream running all the time and then shut it down and restart it whenever you go to do actual, like, games and shit. I just put a clip of Eddie Munson's Skulls on loop. Lost Boy TV with 1,000 new views while Skull sleeps. Damn. Finally. The answer to my problems. I don't work too much. I just gotta leave my computer running most days for several hours. And it's just be me as Eddie Munson. Doing random bullshit. Anyway. So the work has been fulfilling. It has been quite nice. Like I said before, the staff is super nice to me. If I have any questions, even if they're a repeat, like, they'll happily answer and tell me whatever I'm missing. A bunch of them are trying to get me into playing Magic again, which I'm severely tempted to do. The answer to Twitch partner: do the same as a Mothman Museum stream, film an inanimate object. Yes! Finally, we're gonna hit partner! Now that you're not burning fingies and drowning the musk cleaning utensils, no kidding. Yeah, Mama can't talk well. She's got some ouchies around her mouth, so the verbiage is being shared through words. So yeah, work is super good. The customers, like the regulars, are already super nice to me. They're already learning. Today was the first day that I properly got they'd and them'd, and then it started catching on, and people are so far incredibly considerate of it. I haven't said anything so far. With, like, pronouns and that, mostly because it doesn't always happen anyway. And I'm very used to being she/heard. So usually it's like, whatever. But one of the girl at work, Clarissa, asked me just in passing, and I went, oh, yeah, they, them. And she went, oh, okay, yeah, noted. And then I think I was working with her for like 5 hours today. And through the 5 hours, she did that little hesitation skip as she switched, because I've been she/heard so far for like a week and a half. And you could hear her do that little tick skip whenever a pronoun would come up. But after that little tick skip, she would just immediately roll into like a they or a them. And as she was addressing me to people, people were going, oh, yeah, obviously. And then just also rolled with it. And I was like, damn, thank you. And I know I could have said something sooner. And then that would be a whole more thing, but... It's hard to open up with pronoun things whenever you're in a new space. And not out of the belief that it won't go well, or not through the belief of people won't listen, but just through habit of allowing people to gender you how you look. And I don't have any true, like, negative gender feelings. If someone she hears me, I just don't care when I hear it. If I get she heard, I go, oh, yeah. Typical. And I just kind of roll on with it. But anytime I get they'd, I go like, oh, whew, that's me. Holy shit. And I get a little bit excited. So that's mostly that. Then anytime I get heed, I go, oh, oh my god. It's like a roller coaster. Get excited. Record scratch sound is the process goes screeching all pretty much. You can hear it. I bet you're wondering how I got here. Sounds like you found your people, or at least people adjacent. I certainly found my people. Both in people that I can relate to and kind of understand, and people who, when they talk about their interests, I go, oh, I know about that. Which is always nice to have that kind of common ground with people, although it is also nice to be in a place where you get to be the weirdo that has all, like, the interesting shit that no one's ever heard of. But also when I got into work, Clarissa was working on some stuff with her stream, because she does some streams. I've heard that she's a VTuber, which is exciting. I don't know anything about her channel as far as, like, names and stuff go. But I know that she mentioned that she's a VTuber. She's got a really cute theme to her streams. And she was talking about how down the road that she wants to do merch. Classically, as all, like, content creators want to do, because money. Hey, King! And, glad you found some folks in the IRL that don't require a plane ticket. Fucking right. Skulls is called he and her femboy. Skulls, oh my god, oh my god. Skulls crushing on a VTuber? I wish, bruh. If I could crush, like, on real people, damn. I'd be moving up in the world. But no, I'm working with a VTuber. Not in, like, collaboration, but the new job that I have, someone there is a VTuber on the side. So she was talking about merch and talking about how, and I don't want to give too much away because I want to let people fully tell me, and I don't want things to be, like, incredibly connected. Crushing on real people sounds fake. No shit. But keeping it semi-private for her. she was showing me this little thing that she wants to put together because she would love to be able to do a plush. She was researching fabric, and she was she was telling me that she can do sketches, but she doesn't really do, we'll say, like, finalized art. And trying a whole new community, kicking and screaming. So, fucking right we can. But yeah, thank you. They were a couple sneezes. Probably gonna have another one by the tickle in my nose, but we'll see what happens. So she was showing me these plans for a plush, and she's like, I just gotta find someone who can do these things, or blah blah blah, and I don't know if allergy attack. Oh no, I don't get allergies. Not for, like, stuff in the air. That I'm free of, luckily. And so I looked at the little sketches she was doing, and I grabbed a notepad and busted out a post-it note and just took a pen and I started basically drawing what she was drawing. And, yeah, I just kind of did a more finessed version of what she was doing. And while I was drawing it, I was putting little dotted lines here, there, and everywhere in places where I think seams would make sense. I've made plushies before. Of course, I sew all the time. Something like this, just, it comes into my head. Did you make her a pattern? More or less. I made her a finalized shape where she could get a pattern from it, but I didn't fully draw out pieces, because that is, I think, much beyond where she's at the moment. But I know where the cuts, the darts, and the seams need to be for the shapes that she wants. So, yeah, I put it together, drew it out, and kind of just went like, oh, here you go, and just kind of passed it off to her, and she's like, oh, your version's really cute. It's like, I mean, it's just what you did. It was just slightly more my style, obviously, because my hand. And she's like, you do this kind of stuff? Like, I've been sewing for like 20 years, my dude. I know the kind of things that you're looking at here. So we ended up talking about, like, cosplay and putting shit together and stuff like that, and she was like, sometime, like, if you're okay with it, I want to see cosplay stuff. I was like, yeah, okay, that I can do. A lot of people at work are very, very good for, like, they propose a question, they don't just ask a question. They always say, like, if you don't mind me asking, question. Or we'll give you a question and go, but don't answer if you don't want. They're very, like, I'm not going to quite say respectful, but I'm going to say they're very aware and have a lot of, like, conscientious thought about questions that they're asking. Which, absolutely none of the questions so far have been anywhere near, like, any sort of boundary. They haven't actually been, like, off or weird or anything like that, but just a lot of, I don't know, consideration as far as asking questions go, which is really cute. But yeah, so far, I like all of my coworkers. Hey, Fister! I really like the job. I like what I do. I like the things around me. What's your conjury there, Fister? Did you put more stuff in your front pockets or back? Don't answer if you don't want to. Can a cat hula hoop? Like, on its own? You could make a cat hula hoop. You could spin that cat around real fast and you could make it seem like it's hula hooping. Certainly. A cat's just a noodle, but it's a noodle with a spine. So, yeah. You as a person could puppeteer a cat to hula hoop, probably not very well and probably not for very long, especially with the fur in the way. But do you think a hula hoop could be engineered for a cat to hula hoop? Again, like, as long as you are puppeteering the cat. Yeah, I imagine. Noodle with the spine, look. Or, what if? I'm waiting for the rest of it. Have some people hula hoop with their knees. I don't know if the anatomical build of a cat leg, well, a cat, we'll say back leg, I don't think would have the right anatomical shape to help you with hula hooping. The front leg, potentially. The tail, probably. Well, the tail, probably less so. Usually tails are pretty bendy and they don't do a whole lot of fighting against force. So if it was a small enough hula hoop, potentially. But I don't think that the tail is built for that sort of motion that it would go well for any length of time. So, that. So yeah, that's all the work stuff. So work is going well. One of the guys, well, a couple of them run D&D sessions, as I've mentioned before. And one guy at the start of the week usually will pull up the chat GP, whatever that AI robot is, and he'll use the AI robot thing as a source. And as he went to open it, I went, wow. And he went, no. And I went, wow. And he's like, don't say anything. No, I'm not really saying anything. The only thing I'm saying is, wow. And he's like, okay. And then ended up shutting it, and I bullied him into not using the AI bot to source parts of his campaign. Oh my god, Owen Wilson in a nerd store? Wow. Where it'd be kind of like, I think what they usually do is like, well, this is kind of like my vague idea, and then they use the AI bot to flesh it out. Or if an important, I think he gave the example of like, there was a love letter left in a room, so he'll use like the chat AI bot to come up with whatever is written on that letter. But yeah, he was going to use it to help along, and I imagine to smooth out. So that thing plagiarizes campaigns? Oh, it probably has. More than likely. It's probably been fed with other campaigns, and that's kind of what it plans off of. Because I can't imagine it not resourcing off of especially the amount of PDFs that Dungeons & Dragons puts online. So, yeah. So he was going to use that, and I shamed him out of it. And he showed me the land that he was using before. Like, he did a rough. He handed it over to one of his friends, and she drew out, like, the whole map for him, and it looks beautiful. And he was explaining to me, like, these are where the important villages are, and these are how they work together, and there are these things over here, and this thing here, and this is how they all work as a whole thing, and like, this is my basic idea. Like, this is the one thing that I want to happen. And it's like, okay, cool. So essentially, I just kept asking him questions, as I'm usually pretty good to do. I kept asking him questions, and I kept proposing, like, oh, so what if this was a thing? Or what if that was a thing? Or anything like, okay, well, if this is how this is, and this is how that is, and this is how this is, then it makes sense for this thing over here to react with those things in this way. And it was a whole, like, based on literally just the information that you've given me, this makes either geographical or, like, logical sense. That sort of thing. So we talked, I think, for like 2-3 hours while we were on shift, and just discussed what he could potentially do. And sometimes I gave him good ideas, and sometimes I asked him good questions, and he just started coming up with pieces of the campaign. And when I got something wrong of his story, he's like, that doesn't make sense for how this is working. But if we take the idea of that and twist it to this way, and then these things would be like that, and then this thing, and then he would just start going off. And then he would ask little questions himself of like, so how do you think this work? Or if this was this person, like, what's kind of the motivation here? Or if like, no, but, not yes, and exactly. Says DM, just know how to world build on his own. I don't think it's a specialty of his. He's really good with, like, people and their motivations, and he's really good for things that make sense. And he made a world, and he made how the villages are interacting with each other and their purposes to each other. But it's that in between the basic function of the world and individual needs, wants, and how they fit into the world, there's that section in the middle that he didn't have. And maybe that middle section is just not what he specializes in. But it could also just be like, he's also like 18, so kind of cutting a few corners and getting things out faster is a thing that late teenagers will do so that they can get to all the stuff that they actually want to do. I say as an aided person. Hey, fine. Politics, economics, desires, and the personalities is not focusing on a little bit. So yeah, it was just questions and talking and proposing ideas and staring at him and being like, yeah? He's like, okay, so then what if... But I mean, he got there. He built a timeline. He got things together in a way that makes sense. He's got all the motivations planned out. We pieced a bunch of it together, and we'll see how that all goes. I'll have to ask him about it later. But I have fun brainstorms with skulls before they're great. Thanks, Dandy. I'm an ideas man, and I'm a possibilities man, and the world building and figuring out how things function and why they function and how people function in relation to everything else is just my fun thing that I like. So all the middle bits that he's missing are all the things that I really like. So it just happens to work out. Hi, all popping in. Just say a quick hey before obligatory family stuff. Having as much fun as the guy behind me who clapped for the conclusion of the guitar tuning at the local bar. Fucking me. See you later. Hi, bye, Will. Hi, bye, Astro. Hope you have fun. A group will venture past this waterfall, and no, they won't. Expecting to enter the cave on the other side of the waterfall. Oh, D&D parties. Apparently there are some ghost shirts at Hot Topic, and they are very popular. Went to the mall yesterday. There was one ghost shirt left, and it was a small, so I couldn't get it all. Sorry, Dandy. So, yeah, work's going really well. Other than tiredness, I think I'm doing pretty good overall. I feel like I'm the other kind of tired. I feel like I'm socially tired a little bit more, and I just feel like my patience is a little bit thinner than usual, which is fine. That happens. I don't quite need to be that low, but good enough. Yeah, and I think it's just because work is such a, like, positive spot with a bunch of positive people, and especially a bunch of, like, socially anxious and awkward nerds who are around other socially anxious and awkward nerds, and they're all trying to share their, like, hyperfixations and their goals and their dreams and everything else, and they just want to talk to you about everything. So I think that's just been taking more of my people patience from me. Information overload that you need to process, cause exhaustion. Also, both information in just shit that people are saying to me, and also information in how does the story work? These 3 different POS systems. What goes here? What goes there? What's in this deck? What are the gimmicks of all of these releases for Magic? If you want, like, Charizards and Pikachus, what are the best decks to look at with Pokemon? And it's like, boy howdy. Many things. My poor brain. It's okay, I'm a fake fan anyway. Same gatekeeping myself when I've been bullied this particular time, and I don't actually believe in the fake fan bullshit anyway. A tourist. Oh, that's cute. I genuinely like that. Louis Armstrong's It's a Wonderful World. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not only physically tired, but also I'm emotionally tired. Which is another reason why I don't really have a plan for tonight. Maybe I'll just turn on Gems of War and we'll just talk and fuck around. I mean, other than that, I'm positive. Like, I have no problem driving into work. I don't worry about working with any one particular person. Boss is super nice. I was helping him sort a bunch of anime bullshit today. He got, like, a lot of plushes in, so I was helping him identify some characters, which conveniently I know a few of. Grinded Gems of War to level 51 since you opened it on stream. Does this place have any decent backrooms to break down in if you need to? This place has a lot of space. There's not really a lot of breakdown room options. I could curl up in the room with the safe, which is really just a box. So it has like 2 feet of space in front of the safe door. There would be the stock room, which also has a door. So I could lock myself in there for a little bit. Wouldn't want to take the bathroom because there's only one for the building. And you never want to be crying when someone needs to pee. It's just awkward for everyone involved. but also I will sit in, I'll call it a back area, because there's really just one of those, like, tri-panel foldy bedroom doors. Like the little sections that you can move around on your own. The separators. There's just kind of one of those separating the main floor from back area that goes to, like, the office and the back room, and, like, the storage room that goes underneath the stairs for the second floor. And I like to sit back there in the back area, kind of underneath the table in front of the storage room door, because it's dark. Like, dim lighting. It's usually semi-quiet. And I just get to kind of sit there on bubble packaging on the floor, which is nice and cool. So I just get to have a little, like, time to myself. Is car visitation an option? Oh yeah, car visitation would be an option, and especially with the crew that's there, I could not imagine that telling someone that I need to leave to, like, breathe and break down and just have, like, a health vent cry. Not, like, not the upset, I'm sad, everything is awful kind of cry, but the I'm too pent up, I need to relieve the emotion cry. Just to uncork the bottle, pour a little bit out, and then get ready to go again. That kind of cry. Like, I could imagine I could tell any of them that, and they'd be like, yeah, like, do you need time? Do you need to, and I'd be like, no. I just need to, like, vent cry, and then I'll be good. Fire exits first, cry spot second. Fucking right, though. Like, priorities. Jealous, I hide behind the mower monster cry. Oh no. That's not the place to do it. I mean, obviously, if it's the only place to do it, that is the place to do it. But in relation to the rest of the world, that's not the place to do it. Sad. Yeah, good enough. Some places I work are just like, we let people go outside to smoke, so if you want to have some time to relax, go for it, right? And there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people in this job, in this area, in this space that smoke or vape or something along the lines. And let me just flop over here as I start up the Xbox. And yeah, a lot of people do the things, and they'll just pop out for like 5 minutes. There's even an option on the computer where you can say that you're going for either a break, which would be paid and it's just kind of measured, or a lunch, which is like the 30 minutes unpaid. So there's even an option to clock out for a few minutes to just go for a small break. So I imagine I could, like, clock out for a cry and then come back and then be, like, fantastic. Guess I could go round up carts in an emergency. My work was you just sort of hide within yourself. Oh, JJ. I like to cry on company time. Fuck you, capitalism. We cry and get paid for it, motherfucker. Shit and crying both happen on company time. Fuck yeah. So, that is how that go. Just move my screens around. There's a lot of time where I don't even take my lunch. And I know it's owed to me. And I know the government will just, like, take it away from me anyway. But sometimes I just don't feel like it. So I'll just stay on the floor. Game changed? Damn! I mean, yes, you're right, Sugar, but also, like, I just switched the screens over. I'm getting there. Gems of War and... title... Turn it down a touch. Okay. Had to copy the before title change. It's a Connect 4 game based on Semi. It is like, it's a, like Sugar's saying, it's a match 3. So the base is match 3, but you can do match 4s, and you can do like match 5s and 6s for like bonus. Hell crap. I guess I could run through... Oh, went the wrong way. I could run through some of the story that I haven't done yet. Which is a bit. Excellent. Game is offering to flash you. It'll do that. Yeah, claim all. Claim all. Okay. Anybody? Anybody new? What's popped up? No. Okay, Brad. Game needs to pay the bills. Oh my god, this game is flooded with microtransactions. Flooded. I don't have a guild. Although it'd be funny because we could do like a void guild. That if people wanted to play, that we could band together. We'd never get anything done. We'd never like accomplish anything. But, you know. Oh, Mythstone bonus, that's what that is. And then we could get Richie in on it, and then Richie and I can finally stop getting kicked out of guilds. Hot, who's that? Alright, we're partway into this. You're not just cosmetic. Are there raids? Oh, there are raids. Here, let me get into this. There are different things. There is PvP, which is fun, where you're not actively fighting a person, you are fighting a computer playing with a person's team. And you climb the ranks, you get points, you get like diamonds and stuff. It's great. Then there are adventure boards, which are just little daily quests to get a few bonuses. There's a couple levels of them. There is the arena, where essentially you are drafting a random team, and you gotta pick who you want. And then you face off against, you can see on the right side of the screen there, you either win 6 battles or you die twice. And go away. There are dungeons. There are gnome vaults, which you need a special key for, but you get like bonus gold and everything for them. There are bounties, class trials, quests, stuff for factions. You can rescue pets. They're all essentially the same thing, just with different workarounds. And then the guilds themselves have like 3 or 4 different events that they get to do on rotation with each other. Yeah, the campaign gives you buffs, which are like all of these worlds. And once you get so much of the overworld done, then you get Crystara. Or sorry, you get the underworld. We're already in Crystara. Where you get to unlock all of these underworld things. And all of the underworlds have like particular themes and made of particular creatures, and whenever you do them you can get like bonuses and you can get cards. And the there's one I don't have. Volpacia, where's Autumn? As you kind of saw there for a moment, if I can find it. Girl, fuck off. You get to upgrade all of the towns, and they will get you bonus things. All the shit on the right of these columns are all like bonus things that you can earn. Power, which gets you some extra bonuses, all listed here. There are trials, which kind of let you quick run fights that are themed to this particular area, and that'll get you some like myth stones and stuff too. I do the Soul Forge, where you can create jewels and trait stones that will help you upgrade your cards. So you use the trait stones and the myth stones and all the other stones to upgrade it to gain skills on each of your monsters, and all the extra skills help you make them better. And along the way, you can get keys for chests, and the chests will let you get extra cards. And once you have so many of the cards, you can see the mythic thing on the right here, that if I have 5 copies of this card, I get to upgrade it to mythic. And whenever it's upgraded to mythic, will it have? It will not have. It'll get like extra health and defense and attack, and it just becomes like better overall. The description on the card there of what it does: remove all gems, heal back to full, gain 5 attack. If you see a font in purple, it usually means that whenever it levels up, that number will increase. So say if I put it to mythic, based on the rarity of the grading, you can upgrade it to a particular level. So right now I can only get it to level 19 because it is this yellow color. If it was mythic and light blue, I can fully upgrade it to level 20. And when I fully upgrade it to level 20, that means that little purple number is gonna go wild and go way up. Oh yeah, Sugar talking about the treasure maps to play a mini game to get more souls and money and keys. When I tell you, I fucking hate the goddamn fucking thing. Treasure hunt, there it is. I fucking hate the treasure hunt. Hate it. it annoys me the most. I get the most brain dead with it, and whenever I was like, hey Richie, do you want my treasure maps? That's been a running theme ever since Richie and I found out that we played Gems of War. Because Richie doesn't mind playing it. I think he rather likes the treasure hunt game. He's always looking for more maps. And I have 523 because I fucking hate treasure hunt. And it makes me upset and it makes me mad and I hate playing it. So I have all of these souls and money and extras and myth stones just sitting around because I don't want to fucking play it. I texted Autumn what that you lost the game, in which case everyone has lost the game. 523 is one of my lucky numbers. Damn, Alexa. Let's see. I think everyone here on this side is done. It's just the ones with the swords. Yeah. That are unfinished. Oh, to get online. Why does Autumn need to get online? Because of the Fox world? Oh, she's pretty. Forgot to confirm my 10 a.m. Show me your teeth, so. Yeah, so. This is the fun. Oh my god, Battle Pass. I can't with this place. Here's like the shop. You can buy gems and gold and bundles. And the weekly thing. I have 342. I can get a pack. Fallen Satyr. What is that? Eddie Munson? Dancing Bones! That's me! Remove all skulls. For each skull removed, give one magic to other allies. Create skulls equal to the ones removed. Oh! That's intriguing. But I'm on a team with Bone Storm. So Jenny Bunnyman with Mage? Oh, we might be. I'll scroll over to him in a minute. Summon a Bone Storm. Perfect. So he's his own catalyst. Immune to poison, disease, lycanthropy, death mark. 25% chance to create a death mark gem when turn begins. Oh. Intriguing. Yeah. Pox hair. That is a giant bunny man with mange. Say Bone Storm and make him OP. Which is so funny because I have a Bone Storm team. So, like, the Bone Diamond. Deal 16 damage to an enemy, deal double damage if there's a Bone Storm, create a Bone Storm. There's him. There is Necreza, summon a Bone Storm, dispel positive effects, summon a random undead troop, so she's always great. I love a summoner. There is this man, deal 14 damage to the last enemy, boosted by skulls, which is great to have him on a Bone Storm team. And Death Markham. And then Scalaros, double the number of skulls on the board, and then create 2 more. So I already even have a team that they are ready. It's you giggling. Yeah, fun, Dandy. Alright. Let's go to the crag, since I already have it started. I'll tell you. I don't read the plot. I just play the games. Let's see. Comics are pointless. They truly are. They go on and on and on. There's so many worlds and there's so many characters. And it's just an absolute pain. Okay. Extra turn. As you can see, whenever you do 4, 5, and 6 connections, you get an extra turn. And there are also creatures. The goblins are usually a race that, I shouldn't say like necessarily depends on. They will create extra turns and they are fantastic for that. As you can see, here is my wisp. I've got 2 of them on the team. They dispel all enemies, so if anyone has any sort of effect going on that they have casted from being used, my wisp goes nah, which is great for people who do like submerged and stuff, which submerged is a bit of casted magic that means that a monster goes under the water and they cannot be directly targeted by attacks. So using the wisp is great because it's like, go away. And now they've popped up and you can hit them again. So that's great for that. Also the wisps will jumble the board. They mix it all around, so you could potentially find new matches, which is great because after it jumbles the board, it'll give you an extra turn. So not only do you get to see a new board, but you get the fresh pick of matches on the new board. So I have both of those boys, and they have traits where they cannot be targeted by spells, unless there's no other. Allied Fae get 2 life, which they are Fae. And they already start the battle with 75% of their mana filled, which is great because I have 2 of them, so it makes it a lot easier to get the second one full up on the magics. Which is also where my giant spider comes in, who gives bonus purple mana from purple matches, and my wisps are red-purple creatures, which means I can match up either red or purple to give them magic powers. But if I match purple, my spider gives me extra purple. Also, why having the 2 of the wisps not too bad, because between this and the head start, it's a little easier to fill their bars faster. 25% chance to create a web gem when my turn begins, which is newer. And poison enemies when doing skull damage, which only happens whenever he's at the lead of the team, which does not happen too often. Transform a selective mana color to purple. Feeds purple on the team. Summon a spider swarm, which is a creature. I can show everybody it later. If I have an empty slot on the team, like I said, I like summoners. The giant spider is a summoner, and will fill that empty spot with a spider swarm. And I've got the spider swarm maxed out as well, so whenever they summoned in, they're rad, they're awesome, they're fantastic. I love these. And then there is my Kraken, who also runs on purple mana, which again, with the spider, makes everything so much better. Immunity to stun, so it will recover a lot faster than some of the other monsters whenever it gets stunned. It'll gain 2 life on 4 or 5 gem matches. Do they think they're Peter Parker? I fucking hope they do. which means that over time, the more 4 and 5 matches I make, which is great with the Wisps because they jumble up the board and they give me more opportunities to get 4 and 5 matches, which makes my Kraken bigger. But not only that, on 4 or 5 matches, the Kraken does passive 3 damage to all enemies. So the more matches I get, the more it knocks down everybody's health, the closer they are to being defeated. And whenever I trigger his power, deal 16 damage to the last 2 enemies, create 8 blue gems, which is great for then feeding the spider, who will then feed me purple. And there's a 35% chance to devour the last enemy, which just means that no matter the health or the shield that is on them, so if you look at this guy in the bottom corner here, he's got 33 shield, 45 health. My Kraken could eat him, no contest, and I would gain the 33 shield and the 45 health onto the Kraken's shield and health. So he can become ginormous fucking quickly. The only thing you have to look at is if anyone has a trait that they can't be devoured, which stops my mans, but he still does really good damage. So, that's that team. And the purpose behind it. Gems of War. Well played, Sugar. So right now you can see my spider's power is ready to go. So I can go over to my column, hit its button, and it'll tell me how many gems of what color on the board, which is incredibly handy if you want to find out, like, yellow. I will get the most purple and the most potential matches if I change yellow. But I don't cast it yet because I need to see... Like, looking at this, I basically trigger this so that my spider will line up a 4 match. If it's only a 3, it's not worth it for me. So here, I've only got a 3 match. Nothing happens here. Nothing really lines up. But I've got blues in here. And that'll make a 4 match. 13 blues, that's fantastic. I've got an extra turn now. And I can do whatever I want, which my wisps are now ready to go. Because I don't have another 4 match, I don't think, of any color. Doesn't matter what color you 4 match on, it will give you an extra turn. So I let my wisp go. If I had anything in here, I'd have a 4 match. Got a lot of 3s, but no 4. So we basically ignore it. We go on to the next wisp. More 3s.
Mana surge, mana surge.
But shit like that. And when this team works, when I tell you that sometimes the team I'm going up against does not get a turn. My creatures can chain off of each other when things work out, and I can make sure that the team never has a turn, and it's fucking cool. Match. Lol, you got webbed, idiot. Webbed troops have their magic reduced to 0, which is a pain in the ass, and a 10% chance to recover each turn. Team of bum goblins that does that, yup. It's super happy.
It is.
Well, super happy whenever it's your team that's doing it. When it's other people. You know what, we're gonna jumbo first, because that can happen. Or... tons of yellow right where I need it, so that's an extra turn. Threes again. Get multiple threes that way, but I don't really want it. Not really anything for me. Devour, and there we go. In practice, the game is really simple. Putting teams together, I think, is really fun.
Bone Daddy.
Thanks, JJ. Yeah, I think the game is just really fun in general. I think making teams is a really fun thing, just kind of considering everything that can go together. Oh, fucking death mark. Ick. Playing it doesn't take an incredible amount of thought, so it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, I'm matching the pretty colors, and that's basically all that you need. But all of, like, the mechanics and all of the details, and the fact there are so many mechanics and details. 14 doesn't do me any good. Green will give me 1. Which isn't great, but it's still a 4 match. And there's also a fun tactic of, if you see my opponents on the right side of the screen, a lot of them use brown mana. I don't. But you can hate match brown mana against the team and make sure that they have fewer options to get their magics, and then they're stuck. They can't summon anything. They can't do shit. And they just have to sit there and keep matching things that they don't need. And you just go, ha ha ha, ha, loser. It's fun. It's really one of those things, like, I think I like Gems of War so much because it reminds me of card games. Because it's essentially what the monster cards are cards from a card game. There's a lot of purple, there is the chance. Funny, I get the yellow. So yeah, it's just one of those games that really works for me, and I like to play with it. And I'll go colorblind after a minute, and I will miss obvious connections, and it's real fun because it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. Anything? No. Unfortunate.
Mana surge.
Simple MTG. Pretty much. It's especially simpler in that most of the time you're fighting AI, which just means you have a better chance to win because you are not fighting someone like egregiously out of your league and going, ha 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 ha, well, someone spent like $2,000 on this deck of cards to make it the deck of cards to face, whereas this, it's like, you can take even shitty cards and you can make them work. You can make a team out of them. I'll play, the next game, I will play the original team, the first team that I ever made. I'll, play it here and show people how it worked and how my baby brain... Legendary. Plus, the narrator compliments you when you do a good job, and why would you not want that in your life? Let's see, down to 12. Alright, let's just end it then. Yeah.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Thanks, JJ. And then merciful. I can show you. I named it because I was surprised that it worked as well as it did. So this is my baby team. I have it, I think, fully... Oh no, I'm missing him. I have it almost fully in Mythic. I have the Human Knight. Gives allies 5 armor, transforms all red gems to green to boost the effect. Allies 3 armor when defending in PvP. Not a thing that applies to me right now. Bonus blue mana from blue gem matches. Reduces damage from skulls by 25%, which is great because he's at the head of the team. So if there are skull matches on the other side, they hit him first, but he takes 25% less damage. There's a Poison Master. He's a Naga, one of my favorite from the beginning when I started playing. Explode. 6 green gems, and that destroys a gem and all the gems around it in the square. Skulls deal 1 damage, and 50% of the mana that is exploded is generated, so he collects some of that. And poison 2 random enemies. Poison troops have a 50% chance to lose 1 life every turn and can die from it. The nice thing is that poison will attack the life. So even if they have 20 shield or 20 defense, you don't have to go through that 20 defense first and then go to their 20 health. You go right to hitting their 20 health, and they could die with that 20 defense still completely intact. But the health is gone, so the creature dies. And now you only have to do 20 damage instead of 40. So this guy is immune to poison. Cannot be silenced, which means troops cannot collect mana or cast spells. And he's venomous, so every time he does skull damage, he poisons the enemy, which is great. I have one basic baby goblin on the team. He does 13 damage to an enemy and gets an extra turn. I get some bonus gold on 4 or 5 matches. I deal double the skull damage versus humans, which he doesn't very often, if ever, end up at the lead of the team. And he gets a bonus green mana from green gem matches. So whenever I have got the Templar Knight out, he turns red gems to green. I only trigger that whenever I can get a connection or an extra turn bonus. That turns shit green. He gets the green mana collected from that. He only needs 6 green mana in order to set off his little power there, which is fantastic. It's so low, you get it in no time. Considering you match 3. There's 3 mana. So then he gets an extra turn. And then basically he's ready to go again. And my Ancient Horror, little smooch him on his little chin there. 16 damage to an enemy. If enemy dies, gain 6 points to a random skill. Which could mean he gets 6 extra life, 6 extra attack, 6 extra defense. I use him as a last hit, so he just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. At the beginning of the match, all enemies lose 2 random skill points, which is always great. Bonus purple from the purple gem matches, so he feeds into himself and the poison man. And 1 magic for each brown ally, which the Templar is a brown ally. Which isn't a lot, but... So this was my baby team for babies that I started out with. It's the first one I put together. And, yeah, I used it a whole bunch. But every time I switch teams, I have to remember what the fuck I'm collecting. Blue, brown, purple, green, blue, brown, purple, and green.
Mana surge.
Brown. So let's see. I could transform the red gems, and that does give me bonus, which is fan-fucking-tastic for me. Do this. So destroying gems cultivates mana of specific colors that is needed to use different characters' abilities. Yes! You've got it, JJ. So, like, if I want to give more mana to my goblin, I will make green mana matches to give him green mana. And like I said with the Templar, he is both blue and brown. So I could match blues, I could match browns, and both of them will feed into him. The only thing to really note is, there we go, okay. So my Templar is blue-brown, the Poison Master is blue-purple. So if I match blue mana, it goes into the Templar first. It doesn't get split amongst your team. It goes into the first creature that uses that color. And whenever its power is full up, that's when it goes down to the next one. So you kind of have to be strategic with who's on the team. And, like, everyone on the right side of the screen uses red mana. It's not the best idea to have a team that has all one color on it, because if anything was mono red at the bottom, they aren't getting that mana until further down the line. So it's nice to mix up your colors here and there, so that everyone kind of gets a piece of the pie. So, explode 6 green gems, which I've got plenty of, thanks to my boy. Now you can see a couple people are poisoned, which is great. What's going on? Alright.
Mana surge.
Yeah, Magic Link mechanic, giving extra mana. That's what I described with the spider, and how it gives the bonus purple for the other team. Red. Not gonna get a whole lot out of that. And you kind of have to be aware that if I used him right now, which is great because he gives 5 defense to everybody on the team, but I would be turning red gems to green, which means my turn ends because I wouldn't make any 4 matches, and because this would turn green, the enemy gets a free 4 match right here. So you kind of also have to think about the consequences of performing some of your skills, because sometimes it can bite you right in the ass. So much in here. Each creature has its own mana they don't draw from a reservoir. Also, does a top creature always take damage from the skulls first? Yes! Whoever is out front gets hit first, and whoever is out front is the one that does the skull damage. So you can see the Templar here has 18 for his attack right now. So if I hit anything with a skull, he does 18 damage to this man, Unless, as you can see, his last trait there is Stone Skin. Reduces damage from the skulls by 50%. So those are just basic kind of things, and there are bonuses to give you extra health, extra defense, extra attack. There are bonuses for, like, you have an all-human team, so you get plus something for this and plus something for that because these humans are working together, or if there are 3 of the same type of creature, those will work together. Sometimes one of the traits will be like my wisps had all fays get +2. It'll be like, oh, so I want a solid fey team, so everybody gets 2, plus I'll get a fey defense. Plus, if they're from the same area, I can get, like, that kind of a bonus. There's, like, 1,000 ways to build ultimate things. 18. No one's quite there yet. There's a lot of details to consider, which is why I find this so fun. 3 out of the 4 of them poisoned now, which is awesome.
Mana surge.
There's not too much. I'm catching up. This makes our still look like snakes and ladders. Yeah, it is definitely a thing. And I mean, you can also think about it as just like my title goes. This is just Monster Candy Crush. But it definitely works best whenever you know at least a chunk of the mechanics. A little bitch. Steel 10 armor, deal 19 light. Splash damage, ew.
Mana surge.
Well, be nice just to have that. A holy shield. Doesn't help that I've played 0 match-through games. The nice thing about this, though, very easy, usually, to visually play a match-3 game. You just gotta find 3 of something. And thinking about, oh, that's another thing. If there are no moves available, the board will automatically jumble for you. I've got a lot of 4 matches here, damn. It's something that you have to keep an eye out to, like, you gotta clear your top 4s from the top of the board first, because if I get rid of a top, if I get rid of a 4 match underneath, I might fuck myself, and then, I would have had 3 4 matches, but now I only get 1, because I dropped it when I shouldn't have. Shit like that. And there are things like, if there was another brown where this blue is, so it'd be like 2 browns and the green and another 2 browns. Well, I would just connect this green, this line disappears, now those 2 brown drop on top of these 2 brown, now it's a 4 match. There is some planning ahead and some extra things you can do while considering these games, and this is my shit. When Skulls explains, a lot is going over my head. Nowhere close to video games I play when compared to tabletop games. It do relate a lot more to tabletop game. What do I want to do? I can get some 3 matches, which is fine. Gives me boosties. Fuck. And that's the thing that I was talking about. Now I got hit when I didn't have to get hit. Let's see. Get rid of him. Rude. Rude. Okay. Everybody gets poisoned then. I was a cash cow connoisseur on webkins back in the day. Oh, fuck yeah. Let's just do this again. See, like, the Poison Master on his own is now on turn 3. And they have not gotten a turn. The platforms of this game for... I don't know, I haven't looked. I can imagine there's a PC, but all I know is Xbox. Because that's the only place I've looked for it. Because I found it here, and I went, ah, exactly what I want. Turn... Well, I would say turn 4, but then my goblin gave me an extra turn, so it's like 5 or 6, plus I'm about to get another node. Okay. I can't give him that. Give him a 4 match, but it's not a skull.
Mana surge.
Fuck off. Xbox Mobile, Switch, PS, Steam. I have it on Steam. Oh, there you go. So it's on like everything. This is a Connect 3. Only on iOS, not Android. Oh, of course.
Mana surge.
It is on Android. Oh, well, there you go. Is there? There is.
Mana surge.
Give me that. Give me that. Still nothing there. I only summoned. Fuck off. What do we want to do?
Mana surge.
You're just gonna keep getting pot shots off. Brown, purple, green, which I'm kind of out of options for me. So he needs green, brown, red. There's nothing really for him either.
Mana surge.
Rude. Well, ain't the best, let's say that.
Mana surge.
on Xbox, but not Xbox PC. Oh, okay. Yeah. Xbox platform on PC. I always have to think about that. Drops me down 1, 2, 3, so he's gonna be able to get a skull match. Got it anyway. And sometime that happened. My baby team for babies did not work out.
Why must you fail me so often?
Well played. Dorgans? I haven't done the Dorgans in a long time. No cross-platform guilds. That's bullshit.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
That's a fucking Connect 3 game. Like, bitch. Let's see. Poison all enemies. 10 true damage to random. Transform all yellow to purple. On a ×3. Ugh. I need to get the rest of his traits filled out. Bonus purple mana. Dragons get 2 life. Dragonet on death. Reduce damage by 25. Destroy a column. All dragon allies 5 attack and armor. Boosted by yellow gems. 23 scatter damage. 75% chance to burn all enemies. Dragons get 2 life. Immunity to burning fairy fire. Deal double skull damage versus burning. 11 damage to all enemies. 75% chance to disease them all. And I've got no skills left. I do need to get some hydration, actually. Thank you, fine. This is serious ass one of these days, sugar. It's a handy little console. I do need to get me one of them Xboxes. I need to upgrade. Especially since apparently shit's just gonna stop coming out and being compatible with my Xbox as is, which is mighty inconvenient. You know what? All yellow gems to purple to boost the effect. There are 7, so I had to get 21. Was 21. How could I not? I would love for this to become something. Okay, let's get him in. Everybody is now poisoned. I need purple, yellow, green, brown, and blue. So I have everything. Okay. Rad.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Inconvenient, that little fucker. 13 out of 14. Let's get this again then.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
That is awesome, because that gives me an extra turn. rad. Now you see all the guys on the side have both burning and poison. Burning troop takes 3 damage per turn and can die from it. Poison. 1 life. There's a 50% chance to lose 1 life every turn and can die. So, they aren't doing the best. Recently acquired a PS2, which is going to require a VA to HDMI cable, possibly maybe a PS2 game. I believe in you, Alexo. You can do it.
Mana surge.
Skipped out on a shot there. Fuck me. Boost by allies attack. Ugh. Oh, but I got the Dragonette. Dragonette, 11 damage to an enemy, 1 to 5, a random status effect, immune to poison, 50 mana, 1 magic for each purple ally. Okay.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
I can't leave them. That's fine, that's fine.
Mana surge.
Fuck off. Oh, and he's diseased now? Lol. Idiot. Disease halves the mana troop. Halves the mana a troop gains. Great. All I need is a few skull matches and we will chip away at him. Yellow.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Can't do that. Could do that. There we go! It's a pseudo dragon. You can't fool me, Gems of War. Oh, I went into battle with the dragons. Oh, well, I guess we're playing.
Bone daddy.
Shay. Thank you.
Mana surge.
It's nice having a team like this where if you got any mana color at all, it don't even matter. It will contribute to one of your monsters, which is fan-fucking-tastic. So much more convenient. Yellow is great. So got a match in there. Go again. Bitch!
Mana surge.
Waste-free team, right? No crumbs. Although I don't have even the best dragon on this team. It'd be the... is it the Crystal Dragon? That is one that a lot of people use, and she is broken beyond belief. I don't think so.
Mana surge.
I like the organ in the background of the battle music too. Damage, create 3 evil gargoyle gems. What do they do now? They move, so I can imagine there's some sort of like ultra attack or something, which is fantastic for me probably.
Mana surge.
Let's do this. Boosted by yellow gems, and there's 2 here. Oh, when you break them, they give an effect. He got webbed. He got death mark. He got cursed. Faceless Jeff card? I don't know what you're talking about. Six? Yeah, why not? It gives me an extra turn. A lot of 3 matches. A lot of 3 matches. I like the name Chip. Counting sounds fancy as fuck. Well, can't argue with Jeff.
Mana surge.
Death mark, not great, because I could randomly die. Death mark is a 10% chance to die every turn, but there is a 10% chance to recover from it. Oh, see, on the left side, those are my bonuses. I've got some medals on, so 4 damage, 4 health, 12 defense, and Dragon General, because there are 4 unique dragon troops, that is +1 attack, +1 to my mana magic, and +2 to my defense. So the little mana magic is the power in here for your skill. Although I keep calling this skill, but that's a trait. For your power. Synergies. So let's use that, because he might die. Oh, Shagrep. Fuck. Recognize that name. Oh, I've got 3 matches here, which are good.
Mana surge.
Someone's recovered, which is great. Let's do it again. Fuck.
Mana surge.
On top of there being a big golf competition in town where one of the city's biggest festivals kicked off today, and you can tell by the number of cars driving by blasting music at the time it shuts down for the evening. Oh my god. I know plenty about that. This is a fucking festival place, especially in the summertime. Bitches go nuts for that kind of shit. Fuck.
Mana surge.
Yep. So I didn't want to give him that. Alright. Someone died from that. That's fantastic.
Mana surge.
There are 2. 2.
Mana surge.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. There we go. Dorgans. Well, some of the Dorgans, and not even some of the better Dorgans. Those are just the Dorgans that I liked at the time. And again, that was one of my early teams.
Suck my dick, Batman.
Suck my dick, Batman. Suck my fucking dick, Batman. Oh, shit. I do that all the time. Talladega Nights is pretty good as a combination. So, I have 3 bonuses. Human Captain. Oh, I have 4 bonuses plus the medals. Never mind. 3 unique humans, 4 unique white helm, 4 unique white helm, and 3 unique divine troops. So I get all of these bonuses for my matchup here, which is helpful. Plus the medals equipped, which is great. Does breaking gems give mana to both sides if both have top cards that can use it? No. Anytime you match up a gem, it goes to you. Anytime they match up a gem, it goes to them. Sometimes you can destroy gems and nobody gets it. It'll tell you. Or like if you explode gems, you only get half the amount of mana, but it's whatever you match up and whatever you do, you earn. The only time someone can steal mana from you is on some sort of trait or skill. But if you match it, that is your mana. Talladega Nights because you have to carve around the meat, or I just thought about the movie. It can be better to destroy mana the other player can use. Oh yeah, if, like I said with the other team, how they all used red, if either I'm not using red at all because on this screen here, you can see what mana they use. So they've got 3 that use brown. I only have 1, and he also uses blue. So if I really wanted, and if I had the power to do so, I could just start destroying brown gems, and then they get no gems to match up. I can hate match all of the brown gems, so I get all of the brown mana, and leave them with no options. You can do a whole lot of stuff with the Dragon Centaur that I had on the last team. He destroys one, or doesn't destroy, he gets rid of 1 column of mana. And actually, let me get the specific, the Dragator. I was right, he destroys a column, so that just does not exist. Gems are removed from the board with full effect as if they were matched. Oh, is it? Maybe destroy does still give you it. There's a power-up where if you get rid of gems, it has a certain wording where they don't count anymore. So I've confused that bit. There's a lot of information in this game. Gems are removed from the board with full effect as if they were matched. So if there is a column that has like 4 brown mana, and especially if a couple of those brown mana are gonna match it with other columns and lines, I can destroy that whole column, take the brown mana, and give them less to match. Like I said, starvation tactics, you can bully people out of their matchings. So Templar, we all got to see before. And then there is the Grand Inquisitor. Deal 12 damage to an enemy, boosted by the number of White Helm allies. Gain barrier. The boost ratio is ×5. And I have a team that has all White Helm people on it. You can see it says like Templar, and then underneath that is the region that they come from. So White Helm, White Helm, White Helm. So the boosted by number of White Helm allies, I think it is allies and not him. So it is 3 × 5. So I get 12 damage to an enemy, plus 15, plus I gain barrier. Barrier protects a troop from a single piece of incoming damage. It lasts until it is used. So it's usually really nice to continually put barrier on my Templar or my Inquisitor, so they can only get hit once and it'll not do anything. Then they need to get hit a second time before it does damage. If you play Pokemon, Mimikyu's Disguise, or if a Pokemon has like a sash or something on it, you need to be able to hit it twice to do something. So there is him. Double skull damage versus diamonds, which hilariously 3 out of the 4 on this side are diamonds. So if I get a 3 skull match, I am doing 3 damage. He would make it so that I was doing 6 damage against any of these creatures that are part diamond. Plus, he gains 1 magic for each yellow ally. So he gains an extra magic because of the Bishop, who is given an ally 7 armor and 1 magic, double the effect if ally is a divine. Allied divines gain 2 life. All allies get 2 random skill points, 1 magic for each yellow ally, which he is fantastic with the given ally 7 armor and 1 magic, because the High Paladin at the end deals 8 damage to the 2 strongest enemies boosted by armor. Guess what? 7 extra armor is slapping on this dude every time, and he already has 42. Damn. So, boosted by armor, it's a 2-to-1 ratio, so I'm getting an extra, like, 20 plus whatever I stack onto him. So usually I will use him. Plus, like, the Templar gives all allies at least 6 armor, plus the boost of red gems. And then this guy gets thick and chunky really fucking fast until he is, like, one-shotting some creatures, depending on their level. But Allied Divines get 2 armor. Allied Knights get 2 armor. And if he's the last man standing, he gets a 40% reduction of skull damage. So these guys chain together really well. As you can see, the team score up at the top here is 6,700. The higher that number is, the better of a team, or really the stronger of a team that you have. So most of mine are somewhere between, like, I think 67 or 6,900. Haha, nice. Is one of the highest ones I have. Blue, brown. It's like everything but green on this team, right?
Mana surge.
Reminding me of Dominion, where you're just stack and stack and stack. He is thick by the time they get to some cards. Some cards you have to let cook. If you're not first, you're last. Exactly. That's this team, baby.
Mana surge.
Looks like right now he's already good to go, so he will give 8 armor and 1 magic. Plus, it gets doubled if the ally is divine. And guess who's divine? So he gets 16, so he is already up to 62. And I am on turn 2, and he's only gone once. He's great. I need a little bit of blue and brown. What overriding destiny is infected gaming with? I guess so, yeah. You'd be able to draw, like, a comparison between them, yeah.
Mana surge.
Oh, red. 12 red gems. I'm gonna get some 3s, so that's fine.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Oh, and I get the extra. Awesome. Nothing in there.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
That's like the narrator has a hot voice. So you get to listen to that. Alright, so right now, my boy is at 70 defense. Deal 10 damage to the 2 strongest enemies boosted by armor. I get a plus 35 on top of the 10. So he is doing 45 damage. Plus, he's ready to go again. So I can boost it again. So that's another 7.
Mana surge.
Okay.
Mana surge.
Hit a bit, but the knight, for the amount of times already that the Templar's been hit, he is still at 42 defense. Which is not bad, especially when the other team is leading with a wall. Which typically has really low attack because he is meant to be a defensive thing. He is not meant to hit hard. Which is great, which means we last way longer. So now we're at 77 plus 38. We're going for 48 damage to the 2 strongest enemies. And now 2 of them have no defense, and next time he gets powered up, it's like a 2-shot. Fucking love this game. Somebody to poison your team. Somebody would need to poison my team and wait at least 30 turns to start taking them out. Don't like these sitting together. If we get a yellow match. X. Enemy. The door is not a big deal. We will handle the door. I keep calling them different things. What is the glaive thing? It looks like a death mark thing. And I don't know how to match it because that is a new thing that, hilariously, this game taught me how to play the basics of the game and didn't tell me what the fuck this is or how it matches. So I genuinely have no idea. You match it with skulls, do you? Or blow it up. Blowing it up seems to be what I need to do with it. That's really what I got left. I thought you did. I also thought it would, because that was my first thing, was to try to move it around with the skulls or match it up with them, because it seems like that would be the logical thing to do with it.
Mana surge.
But it doesn't seem to believe in that.
Mana surge.
Alright, now we have another good smackdown to do here. Is there... not really.
Mana surge.
Alright, now. I really don't need that to go off. That is going to give me some 3s. There we go, they busted it. He doesn't cleanse at all.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Now we can see how this works out, because now my man's is at 106. So he's got a plus 53 on top of the 14. This is why I like him. This is why I like this team. Barrier. Fuck off. Let's break it.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
He snowballs a bit. He snowballs a bit. That's why I like him. So our poor Templar is starting to lose it. So even if I don't get many matches, it is good to just set him off. Now! You see what this man's did. 16 life boosted by all gargoyle gems, which aren't on the board, pulls an enemy to the front. This is where it's important that some of your cards, sometimes even if, because I put this man in the back, he has a 40% reduction of skull damage. Well, guess what? My man's has a 40% reduction, so even though he's gonna start losing all that defense that we've been building up on, he is still going to take less damage from everything. But also now, I can focus on getting him his gems without anything getting in the way. So I need red or blue, which I keep eating the red gems, so that doesn't help me all that much. And there's no blue matches. There's a 4 match and I skipped out on it, and that's my bad. That. Yes, there is.
Mana surge.
That. Is it random which one gets moved, or is the AI stupid? It is, for him specifically, it's random, like Sugar said. This one just says pull an enemy to the front. Sometimes it will say it specifically pulls whoever's back up to the front, because usually you leave your chunky monster out back. So usually they're a little bit squishier, or they don't usually have the defense, but, yeah. Let's just get rid of you. Alright, Bishop's out front, but he has a decent amount of numbers, so that's all okay. And my man's is still chunky. He's got a plus 62 on the 16. But that dang barrier.
Mana surge.
But we are just going to keep matching.
Mana surge.
It's so unnecessary at this point, but I just like to make his numbers big. 16 life and an enemy to the front. All right. It got a lot quicker if you weren't fighting rocks. Truth. But I am fighting rocks. And we are fighting rocks well. Let's see, I still don't really have a red and blue. I'm gonna get there though. There it is. But because I can. Boom. Lol. 73 plus 18. Goodbye. See Glasgow. We did it. We did it. Hooray.
So
That's why I really like Talladega Nights as a team. It just boosts and boosts and stacks and stacks. They are fantastic as a team. Pictures of Spider-Man. I never really... Like, I put them together, but I never really built them, as you can tell by them being 5,000. This one's a little wacky because this is a card that comes mythical already. So it's a 3-color card, which happens a little less often unless it's one of the bigums. So he rather thick on his own, 9 splash damage, boosted by my attack, life, and armor, which is pretty reasonably high. Allied Tauros get 2 life, reduce damage from skulls by 25%. Here's a big thing, gain 2 attack, armor, and life when matching red gems, which is great, because I have a second one on the team. And these cards, you can't do multiples on a team unless you have that number of cards. So I can't do 4 of Ketris the Bull because I only have 2 cards of him. So I can put 2 copies on my team. If you are upgrading them, say you wanted 2 of Sunweaver, and you upgrade her using your extra copies, so you have 1, say you have 10 copies, so now you have 11 Sunweavers. Fine and dandy, but you need 10 of those Sunweavers to raise her up a level. The team you have has 2 of her on it. If you upgrade it, you get rid of those 10 copies, and now you only have 1. So that team where she's doubled now has an empty slot. So shit like that can happen if you don't keep track of it. Whenever you get a card mythical, it's great to keep 4 copies of it, because your copies will apply to current teams. If I have 2 Ketris the Bull on this team, and I make a new team, I could put 2 Ketris the Bull on that team. All of the teams are independent of each other, so you don't have to worry about that in that regard. But it is every time I start a new team, I only have 2 Ketris the Bull to put on it. But because I have 2 on this team, that means every time I match red gems, I gain 4 attack, 4 armor, and 4 life. And all of the allied Tauros gain 4 life now because of him. And then I have Sunweaver, give 9 attack, armor, and life to an ally, then give 6 mana to them. So I will use her to beef up one of the Ketrasai. So that is another gigantic boost to them. Each card has its own thing going, stats aren't global between copies. What do you mean by that, JJ? I can help. Deal double skull damage versus monsters. She's immune to poison, disease, lycanthropy, and death mark. Gain 1 magic for each blue ally, which is really just the end dude. Chief Stronghorn. Pull an enemy to first place. He's another one that fucks with the order of things. Deal 10 damage to them, boosted by my attack, life, and armor. So again, I can throw it on him as well. Allied Tauros, get 2 life. Cannot be devoured. Give all Tauros 1 attack, armor, and life on 4 or 5 gem matches. So he makes sure that everybody gets 1 to each of their stats on every 4 and 5 match. So again, this is boosts on boosts on boosts. Like when you level up a card, is it just that card or is it all copies? It is all copies of that card. So if I have Sunweaver and I upgrade her to Mythic and she becomes light blue, now every copy that I gain of Sunweaver is automatically a Mythic. Hilariously, they are all the same, but they are all individual. So it makes some sense and also makes no sense at all. Oh my god, look at these red gems. Boom. Let's see what is here. Greens, which is great for him. Don't need purple. Purple is the only color I do not need.
Mana surge.
There's something about, like, if I don't see matches, I will hit LB to select my column, but it kind of shadows out the board, and for some reason, that helps me see matches sometimes. So let's see. I get a boost of 56, which is great, because he's got 9 splash damage. So anytime it does splash damage, I will tend to, and it's better if you have the option to pick an enemy in the middle, because splash damage will hit one of the troops for full, and the troops on either side get half of that damage. So you are doing a lot of damage to 3 things, and it helps a lot.
Mana surge.
Aw, go get your sleeps, Dandy. Have good nap times. We believe in you. Sort of like putting dark mode on things easier. I think so. There's something about it that if I'm blind to matches, sometimes that helps me out for whatever reason. -2. Alright, that's nothing.
Mana surge.
It really is. The big thing is just remembering what matches of what you need on each team. That is the biggin' thing to remember. Splash damage would be great on him, because that'll take him out. Yes, I killed 2 things, although it spawned a Mythic. That's okay. We'll deal with that. Yellow and blue. A lot of green happening.
Mana surge.
What are the little gargoyle guys? What are these guys? They seem to be another type of token, but they do a random status effect. I broke them before, and it gave them, like, disease and web and... But these ones are angry. There are also nicer looking ones, and I don't know if the nicer ones give you, like, a positive effect, and maybe the angry ones give you an angry, like, negative effect. 11 attack, armor, and life. Let's go. What did it do? Gargoyle gem, poison a random enemy. Ha! Okay. So this one here, poisoned a random enemy, which happened to be her. She's immune to poison, so nothing happened. Oh, there's the nice one. So I'm assuming a positive effect happens when you break those.
Mana surge.
Oh, they're both ready now. Well then. Let's start hitting that one. Haha. Lol. Boosted Bigum teams. They are damn good. Both are at 78, so it doesn't matter.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you, JJ. Let's get to the end of this quest line. Okay, there's some Nagas. Who's that Pokemon? As big as you! It's Clefairy! Fuck! So there is Poison Master again. There is the Bone Naga, deal 19 scatter damage, boosted by poisoned and death-marked enemies, which is Poison Master's duty. He is out front so that whenever he hits something, he does poison damage. Plus, he can poison 2 random enemies. So that helps with him. He is immune to poison disease, lycanthropy, death mark. Poison enemies when doing skull damage reflects 25% of skull damage. So anytime someone hits him for 20 damage, that means 5 damage goes back onto the person who hit him. So there is that. The scatter damage means, and I do believe the scatter damage is... Oh, it's on the side of the screen. Yay! That's why I didn't see it before, because poison was there. But it takes that 19 damage, and there it is. Randomly splits it up amongst all the remaining enemy troops, which is fun. Marilith, 6 true damage to all enemies, destroy 11 gems, and gain 6 attack. PvP, not a big thing. Bonus red mana, 1 attack when taking damage. Not a huge thing, because usually she's at the back. And Lamia, charm a random enemy, which means a charmed troop deals its attack as damage to the troops above and below it. So essentially, charming makes one of the creature do splash damage to the creatures around it, which is one of the things that my wisps do, which is what helps clear out a team pretty quick. If an enemy dies, she gets 8 mana. 1 attack for each blue ally, for which, I mean, she's 1, but Poison Master is as well. Poison damage when doing skull damage. Start battles with full mana. So she comes in, and she is immediately ready to go, which is awesome. And you can see we have 3 bonuses off to the left, plus the medals. She comes prepared. Yes, she do. Now, the thing I didn't check, which I really should have, is this would be a shitty team to pick if any of them have immunity to poison, which, like, he does. And that's something you should check whenever you're in the menu, so that you're not pulling out the wrong team. But I'm also just pulling out random teams to just show them to you guys, so I'm not playing the same one over and over and over and over and over again. do I need? Red, blue, green. Everything but yellow. Okay. I hope they're made of rocks. Well, only one is. So only one of them is made out of a good rock.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Woo! That cleared the board. Okay. Yeah. And he is ready to go again already. And he is ready to go again already.
Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Mana surge.
So take care of the one that was down there. There is that. And one reason why I have so many treasure maps is because... Oh, 3 of them are poisoned. Oh, great. Boosted by poisoned enemies. That's a times 7. So that is 19 scatter damage plus 21. I've said anything and now I don't know what it is, so it doesn't matter. Haha! I was saying anything and I know it's right on the tip of my brain. Lol. Pokemon-esque logic there. Psychic is strong. Yeah. Psychic is strong against poison because you read someone's mind. How? Which the gov? Yep. That's what's great about it, baby. My man's is almost dead at the top there. There he goes. What else is here? Nothing too much, but... He deals with that. He's got the extra armor, so that's fantastic. And there we go. About scatter damage. Ah, well, it's dead now. Oh, Naga looks like he's having a good time. Yes, he do. We did it. We did it. Hooray. There are also teams like this where you get to the end where there are copies of kind of like a basic bitch. And then you get like the boss. That's why I say on this screen you can even check out like their skills, who you're going up against, what kind of thing they have. So whenever he enters the battle, all of my team lose 2 random skill points, 25% chance to summon an ancient horror on death, reduce damage from skulls by 25%. Destroy a row, eliminate 9 attack from the first 2 enemies. Fuck me, boosted by purple gems. Oh, fuck me. Alright, annoying. Okay. Which this isn't the best team for that, because a lot of them are deal random damage, so we will have to see and find out, but we'll play them again. Because they are fun. Alright. Let's get both of those. I always end up missing a lot of obvious 4 matches. Just by this point, whenever I've started to play a few matches and I'm not fixated on something, it just goes. I stop seeing. It happens. Just a ray of trans sunshine rolling in, getting crushed with false advertising. Well, sometimes you gotta.
Mana surge.
Also, how you doing? It's been a hot minute. My brain broke. I'm so sorry for your brain's loss. Brown. It's everything but yellow. Purple or blue.
Mana surge.
Really where I need to be. There's one. He got lycanthropy. 15% chance to transform into a random beast each turn. 10% chance to recover. That's funny. Okay. He became a random beast. And look at this bitch baby became a common nightmare. 11 attack, 4 defense, no skills. Nothing. Rad. That's what you want to see. It's rough, buddy. That was a waste of a turn. Did that out of habit. What does a target over the hound mean? Target over the hound means that it can be assassinated, I think. It becomes a target of the hunt. Which means that there's like a some odd % chance that it gets like essentially assassinated, I think. But I'd have to double check on that. It's not a power I often use.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Oh, there it is. Okay. If it doesn't die. Hunter's Mark. Marked troops take double damage from skull gems. Okay, so no, I'm thinking of something else. But that is what that means. Now we've both learned, Marty. Is there... There is not. Annoying. Thank you. It was just serendipitous that it popped up. You can see I'm also playing real lazy.
Mana surge.
Where it's like I'm not even trying to prevent the skull damage anymore. Like if it happens, it happens, whatever. Ooh! I'll give it that one, that was awesome.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Suck my dick, Batman.
Thanks, JJ.
Suck my fucking
Get
dick.
dick,
Got to be the
Batman.
best part I've ever seen.
So it would seem. It keeps sounding like he's saying good morning to me. The Giants are only at 39. Boom, boom. Let's see what I can do with them. It is almost tomorrow. It is almost tomorrow for me. In like 28 minutes. 18 minutes. Can't do math. In 18 minutes, it will be tomorrow for me. No green, no yellow. Okay. No green, no yellow.
Mana surge.
She's got summon. There's a monster cripple and storm. Boosted by the skulls. Okay. This would be helpful for me to start making them.
Mana surge.
Oh my god, does he have death mark on? Yeah, inflict death mark with doing skull damage. Alright. Kinda like a General Grievous. Oh yeah, kinda. Remember that.
Mana surge.
But I've already got a Bone Storm, so I don't need to worry about that. Okay.
Mana surge.
Mister, double the number of skulls on the board, then create 2. Why the fuck not? Let's take a chance. Let's have fun. My man's almost dead. Alright. So now that he's dead, I can use this. Now we got a new friend. That's not a big deal. Deal 13 damage to the strongest enemies. All blue gems to doom skills to boost the damage. Okay, cool.
Mana surge.
So don't need that. I don't have a lot of option though.
Mana surge.
Which is really nice to have a troop that does summoning like this, because it fills in the space, and even if it's like this one, it's not a card that I have upgraded or anything. So he is just essentially in the way while I keep working on the rest of the team. Does she summon a random friend, or is that the only available friend? She summons a random undead troop. So as long as I think it's as long as I have the card. It might just select out of every single undead card that there is, and you just have to hope that you have it. I think that's what she does. Because you might never have played a card before that they summon, so you have no upgrades, no skills, no nothing. So he's only at level 13 because I don't touch him. She don't have that many undead to choose from. Well, if I remember, we can go over that later. Let's summon a Bone Storm. Alright.
Mana surge.
Look at all them bones. Dem bones. Dem bones. Dem
Mana surge.
dry bones. Next.
Mana surge.
Allison Chains.
Mana surge.
Alright, he's gone. Let's do another one. Eliminate all armor from an enemy. Deal 11 damage to them and all enemies below. Damn! Flesh horror? That's kind of rad. Blue and purple.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Alright. Good to know you.
Mana surge.
Let's do that first. Summon. 10 damage to all enemies boosted by my souls, which I like haven't collected at all. I have none. Great! This be a bitch to do. The top guy keeps coming back. Yeah, it can be. And until they get rid of her, it'll keep happening and keep happening and keep happening. Lul. Oof! Now see. Now I've got a soft spot. These bones just ain't working.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Well. Lul.
Critical hit.
It's a solid oh. Yeah, this one is a wash. But we will keep playing because it's funny.
Mana surge.
Nah. I mean, we're gonna lose anyway, it doesn't matter. More bones! Let's see, what is in here?
Mana surge.
There's like something almost in here. There we go. A defeat! But we still get a little bit of things. Let's see, I wanted to show... Oh, Kingdom payout. Let's go!
Nice work.
JJ, that wasn't a win. What are you talking about? Let's see. Why is it showing me shit that I don't have? Show owned. Save filter. There we go. Alright. So let's see. Undead. Apply filter. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 and a half. So 13 by the 4 plus 2. So I have 54 undead troops that I have touched and have had access to. Ooh, I could upgrade him. Is that a lot? I don't know. I don't know how many there are. There's probably many, many more than I have, especially because I've missed a good number of cards over the time. Let's see. Gross. that. Ooh. They gave me a card. Ain't that nice? Let's see. What I want to. 18 out of 23, so we almost have this done. Good morning to you too. So that one didn't work out. Red Rush was something I picked up online. Or Ketchus team. Don't know the point of that one. Alright. And those are all blank. Back to my wisp tentacles. Okay. Red, purple, green, blue.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
There are a total of 1,157 cards or troops as of mid last year. It's around 1,200 by now. So that's a lot of card in total. Let's see. Trios, trios. Trios. Oofers. Love to see it. This is the nice thing about this team, is I've already done 6 damage in those 2 turns to all enemies. Teehee, haha. Nothing in there.
Mana surge.
I want... Yeah. I could do yellow. I could do brown too. Either one is good.
Mana surge.
Extra turns.
Mana surge.
Get rid of something there. That there. Turn green, that gives me more. And that. And that. And that. Nothing in there. So you see what I say by if the team goes right and plays well, I just don't give the other team an attack because I am still going. Let's see, and him.
Mana surge.
So that entire thing was just my singular turn. I love this team. I can get some 3s. The huge tentacles. Huge! That's fine. That blue gives me 4 matches.
Mana surge.
That. Nothing in there. stun locking, essentially. If things go well while I'm playing with this team, and I mean I could end it now by matching this, but what's the fun? Yeah, when this team goes well, it goes really, really, really well. To the point where I'll make dumbass plays because it does not matter. Is there? Not really. That's alright. Why give the opponents why give the opponents a turn if you don't have to? Just don't let them move. Alright. So this guy is special. Destroy all yellow gems. Gain 14 gold boosted by gems destroyed. There's a 30% chance to run away. There are some, and you can see below the B button, whenever it pops up, there's a little bag there. So there's like him, there's like a leprechaun, and there's like essentially a coin crow. That if you defeat them before they run away, you get a bonus. And it's kind of like, oh, they run away and I have one less monster to fight. But if they run away, you don't get the good shit. Like, not that the shit you get is like life-altering, but it's another like chunk of gold that you can get. And it's always nice to have. So you gotta kinda, and I saw the art for him before I saw anything else, and I just know that he is a bonus creature. In that, he gives you a bonus if you defeat him. So there we go. Killed him, now I get some bonus gold. 3s. A brown, that's what I want. Loot goblin from Diablo or loot llama from Fortnite. That is truth. Correct statements have been made. Nothing in there. There's a 4. There's a 4. Return. 3s.
Mana surge.
Yes, please, thank you.
Mana surge.
I mean, you don't use it. I will. Let's see. No. Let's see much of that. So 15 reds, let's go. Okay. Double check to make sure.
Mana surge.
There we go. We did it.
Nice
We
work.
did it.
Bone Daddy.
Thank you, JJ. Something Spanish. We did it.
It's fucking diabolical.
It is. There's so much JJ on the event board. Thank you, JJ, for all of your cheers.
Mana surge.
For all of this positivity to the Bone Daddy, who is me. And look at me slowly drifting to the corner of the screen. Boom. Calculations, biatch. Yes.
Mana surge.
Oh, so. Yes, again. Lovely. Okay. Is that 1 red, 11 yellow, 10 brown? Yellow it is. Epic. Thank you, narrator man. I appreciate it very much. Great if I could get rid of that. No muscle mamas or cartilage cousins here. Bone daddy only. How long did you have to think of some of that, JJ? How quickly did muscle mama and cartilage cousin? Oh, there's the devour. How long that take you? See, now I'm just running with the team that I know. The one that's a little bit broken the most, just to run through the rest of the story, quote unquote, that will not participate in. Oh, fuck! Hey, fine.
That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen.
Oops.
So it would seem.
Kind of hung up trying to think of some kind of uncle for some reason. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like Ulna and uncle together, but that's so outrageously specific when you've already got a bone daddy. Why would you need an Ulna uncle?
Mana surge.
Extra turn. Sinew sister, undead uncle. Damn, look at this creativity flow. Let's see here.
Mana surge.
I'm just thinking that song, Hey Soul Sister by Train. But hey, sinew sister. Blood brother is too cliche. That's true. Make fine points. I just gave up before. Shit. What do I want, blue or green?
Mana surge.
My boy! Really have no...
Mana surge.
Plasma parent.
Mana surge.
That... Rude.
Mana surge.
That gives me 3. Brown would give me 4. Blue. It's funny because Bone Daddy isn't even alliteration. It's not, which is really what got me whenever you started listing them. It's like it's not even that it matches. I don't like that the original stands out for not matching versus everything that follows it. It certainly makes it so much better.
Mana surge.
Come on. Well, no. On top of alliteration, other than muscle mommy, there could also be marrow mother. We did it. We did it. Alright. Oh, we're almost at a level up. On the last quest. Let's go!
Nice work, old daddy.
Thanks, JJ. I've been trying this entire time to think of something to contribute to the body family while playing this, and it just hasn't worked out until right now with Marrow Mother. Somebody gives a big cheer. Yay. Oh, fuck. Don't tell me I'm getting the hiccups again. It's the second time today. And it happened while I was at work. Of course, every time I get the hiccups, I get a fucking headache and a stomach ache. And I fucking hate the goddamn hiccups. What a bitch fucking reaction. I swear to God. Hiccups are a pain. Physically, literally. Let's see what else is in here. There's that. And that. Threes. Oh, that's a 4.
Mana surge.
TikTok superstitious thing saying, I'm not a fish, over and over again. I remember that being spoken of. And I don't understand. $78, $79, so we go at 78.
Nice work, old daddy.
Thanks, JJ. Yay! Power level. Let's see. Kingdom info. Great. Oh god, I'm not doing that. Fuck off. Trials. Ooh. Getting trait stones. Let us... What have I got? 35. So close. Not even close. Few of those. We don't have enough. We don't have a guild, so we can't open those. None of that. Okay. Let's see. How much are... Oh god. So much. First purchase bonus? Well then. So much fucking money. Holy shit. Treasure minigame for an hour? Ugh. I fucking hate it. Whining. Fucking hate it. It uses too much of my brain. I don't like using my brain.
Extra turn.
What is? So, this is a treasure game. And you get like 8 to 10 moves, whatever it is, whenever you start this game to get as much treasure as possible. And you need to make at least a 4 match in order to remain neutral. If you make a 3 match, it's 8 at the start, okay. If you make a 3 match, you lose one of your turns. If you can get the, what is it, like the 5 or greater, then you get an extra turn, or if it chains so many times, you get an extra turn. And you have to keep combining these things so they start out copper. You get 3 or more coppers together, it gives you 1 silver coin. And then you have to match up your silvers together to make gold. Your gold turns into the bags turn into the chests turn into green treasure chests turn into red treasure chests, and the red treasure chests will eventually turn into a safe. And there is a special achievement, watch me sink down in the camera, to have 2 safes on the same board, which I've never fucking done. Richie, like, dedicated his life and soul to it and managed to get it. But I just hate this game. So if you use turn to build bigger matches, pretty much. What a nerd, fucking right? And I mean, like, good on him, because it's an incredibly hard achievement to get, and I will never get it. It does not interest me to try, and like I said, I do not have the brain to care, so I will just keep losing turns. And every once in a while, I will pick up like a great match and go, great. But I do not try to play this whenever it comes up. I hate this bitch. And I'm sure she hates me back, and that's only fair. An actual puzzle grows. Ugh.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Thanks, JJ. Right, it's like a puzzle I have to think ahead on. I can't just, like, plan shit out. I don't think so. I think that was good. It was okay. It was certainly the bare minimum. I've done this game before. I've gotten into, like, the 5 or 6, fuck. The 50 or 60, like, turn set. And I've managed to get it up that many times. But I cannot do that anymore. It does not serve me. Usually wait for the game to tell me which one to match. Oh my god. I have a problem with the auto game suggestion thing. Because half the time it'll give you a good match and half the time it misses something obvious. And will just tell you to match this thing and it fucks you over. So that's why I have mine turned off. I cannot stand it shaking options at me, and it's like, well, I don't want to do that. Because maybe that's not the turn that I want to do. I don't care if I take a hit from the skull, I need this future 4 match, like... But it's sitting there shaking the fucking purple gem at me, and I was like, I don't fucking want it, go away. I have a plan here. That is something that I do not have patience for. But I try. Every once in a while, I'll play it enough to knock, like, 50-something treasure maps off of my total. But, also, I just...
Extra turn.
I mean, my teams are made up of a lot of cards that get me extra turns. And when you get extra turns and when you get chains of extra turns, you have the chance of getting a treasure map. So that's why I have so many, is A, I don't play them. And B, my teams are, like, accidentally crafted to get them. Off for battle, back on for treasure game. Yeah, I cannot be fucked. Even with this game, I don't like it telling me what to do. I'd rather fuck up on my own than let it go. Otherwise, it's like, Richie, sign into my account. Do it for me. Because also the other reason why I don't like this game is because things don't fall like you want them to. It's not like the actual gameplay where the pieces disappear after you match them. It produces another piece, so things then don't fall cleanly like you might want them to. And that always makes me upset. I don't like change. It can't do this to me. Personally.
Extra turn.
Do there be different game modes? Considering there's like 78 game modes already, what the fuck do we need this one for? What the fuck? I complain selfishly, wanting to serve only myself. God damn it. To make you work for the gold. This is what I have, like, my own money for. Is to spend it on fake money in different games.
Extra turn.
Fuck off. I wanted to lose. I was done. Yeah, why not? There we go. Some glory. Yeah, because I prefer being in a guild and playing all of those
Nice work.
types of matches.
Oh, Daddy.
Thanks, JJ. Than these kinds of ones. Dungeon bosses. And all allies. Oh, that's funny. Grant reflect to all allies at the start. Oh. Like stun on all allies. Oh, that's interesting. 20, 40, and 30. I'm intrigued. God, there's a chance all of my creatures could die, and that's so funny. I have to wait to recover. And I could have just fought the first thing and I would have had none of these negatives and not the positives, the positive either. But why not just get fucked from the start? That's way more fun. Kraken recovered from Death Mark, which is great. It's just like an extra challenge. Intriguing. I'm tired, so I'm starting to squint my eyes more. Or I start pushing up on the bottom lids. Time.
Mana surge.
Give me the matches. Rad.
Mana surge.
Let's go. Alright. Spider's gotten over it. 3 batch. I really don't have much going on here.
Mana surge.
Yeah, that was the only one. Fuck off. Killed by Death Mark. Not the best. But the Reflect is fucking fantastic. Reflect is putting in numbers. They're still next to each other, which is awesome. Everybody dies. See, it's a party. If everybody dies, it's fun. Oh, see, there it is. So I used the summon a spider swarm whenever there was an empty slot. So now I have mythic spider swarm. Deal 9 damage to an enemy and poison them. Immunity to web, immunity to poison, and 25% chance to create a web gem when my turn begins. Which used to be inflict poison on skull damage, and that got changed, and I don't appreciate that. Apparently they needed to nerf the spiders. So that's some goddamn bullshit. Anyway, continuing.
Mana surge.
Every doesn't happen in a cult. Yeah. Just made room for Spiders Man. Spiders Man is here. And he is collectively here to kick ass.
Mana surge.
See, before that changed for whatever reason, he would have been poisoned.
Mana surge.
Now all of my, like... all of my, like, woo is gone. Now seeing that my baby spiders don't have poison bite anymore. That's some bullshit. House is a fucking nightmare. I fucking hate it here. Thanks. Let's see. I'll do these and then maybe wrap it up. Restructure the entire team. No kidding.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Thanks, JJ. Can't do anything here.
Mana surge.
And there goes the spiders. That's a death mark for you. My summoning and my extra purple is gone, so that is a big ripperino.
Mana surge.
Mega unfortunate. So I need purple, red, and green.
Epic. Mana surge. Mana surge.
Give me that. 12 out of 17. Alright, everyone's out of death mark, which is great. Alright. He is immune to devour, so that's kind of shit for my Kraken.
Mana surge.
It's kind of like his whole thing. All the teams, like, it's true, there are no remaining legs. Actually, the, Kraken has, what? Like 6 tentacles and 2 arms? Is that how it goes? fucking fortitude. Damn. Kraken would have devoured on that turn. Fuck.
Mana surge.
Unfucking fortunate, bud. Squids have 10 limbs altogether. Oh my god. Alright, so we're definitely losing this. Alright, so then it's 8 tentacles and 2 arms. That's rad. That's really fun. I like that. You got a little guy! Never mind.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
JJ, I didn't win. But thank you. I appreciate all of your 50 cents. Missed. I'm selected. 10 blue, 12 yellow. But yellow only gets me a triple. Let's go with that. And that. And that. And that. With that. And then... that.
Mana surge.
That. Can't do nothing there. That. Purple. 3 is 4. Brown would be best, but nothing's really around it for anything. No. Great.
Mana surge.
This is like something about the bonus turn team as well for something like Deathmark, where at the start of each of my turns is when like the Deathmark could trigger. Oh, rad, we already have this. It's hard to lose your things to
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
eggs, JJ. Thank you, thank you. It's hard to lose your team to a status effect triggered at the top of every turn when you have turns that, like, just don't end.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
So the more I can get a chain going, literally the less likely I am to die because my team just does not have a turn that ends. I can't die if time doesn't pass. True for everyone. Nothing much going on here. 14 browns is great, though. Can't believe that old ass bitch stole my line. What the fuck? What the fuck? Rude. It's always Sun Tzu in Philadelphia. Anyway. Thanks, JJ, for paying my tax. It was certainly not worth it, but thank you. Not getting much on this. Shit. Deathmark took him. I don't really have much. Oh, I guess I was at the end anyway. I was not even paying attention.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Thanks, JJ.
That's fucking diabolical.
Alright.
It is.
Are you winning, son?
I think I am. I am winning. Open some chests. Skip all that. Ice Orca. Oh, she's having a great time. She's so happy. 5 damage to the last enemy and freeze them. Oh my god. Fucking freeze. They're already frozen. 20% chance to devour them. That's... Oh, it was a bounty card. Okay. Unit frozen. Reduce damage by 65. Damn. Oh, look, it's Danger Richie. Yeah, I've got a little bit of money. Let's open a bunch of commons. Voluptuous? Like Cerberus? Deal 3 damage to 3 random enemies, or eliminate 3 magic. Oh. Become enraged when an enemy dies. 20%. 25. That knows me. I'm sorry, little one. Game. Look at that man. Look at that normal man. Convert all green gems to skulls. Interesting. Ignore armor skull damage. That's nice. Cannot be targeted. Rat swarm. 3 scatter damage. Beast get 2 life immunity to entangle. 1 life at the start of each turn. Interesting. Oh. Don't like you. Short brown hair sets them apart. Guys, nature weird. Who can agree? 7 scatter damage boosted by elemental stars. Bounty card. Rats so like Ratatouille. Two to 5. Green ally. Skull damage. Green gems. Just keep 1.3 million. I can buy some fucking chests for funsies. Dinosaur. Literally razor leaf. Nature made the platypus and echidna. Nature's high as fuck. Bruh, nature fucking weird. Might splash damage to an enemy and destroy 3 random gems. Fucking bounty cards. 3 freeze gems, gain an extra turn, steal 4 armor. They keep adding more and more and more and more and more fucking gem types to the goddamn board, and I can't keep fucking track of anything. Another bounty card. Destroy column or destroy row. Interesting. Ah! Literally, it goes ah. Oh, that's so good. That's horrifying. 25% chance to devour an enemy. Double the chance if they are Naga. Otherwise, deal 6. Oh. Fucking bounty card. Born Eagle. Militia, man. She got stabby fingies. A lot of those, like, as cool as some of the art is for, like, the actual monsters, a lot of the attack art goes fucking hard. Like, damn. 4 damage to the last 2 enemies, inflict random status effect, then poison them. Oh, fucking bounty. Salty! Make a full devour team! Yeah, up until the fucking creatures have immunity to a devour, and then what do I do? But also, I'd fucking love a devour team. I should do it. 5 damage to an enemy. Inflict death mark on them. 25% chance to inflict death mark to adjacent enemies. Interesting. Look at her! Let's fucking go! And she's a giant. Good for her. An actual ogre who's not humanized to the point of being like, oh, it's just a pretty giant green lady with underfang. No, look at this bitch. She is fucking gorgeous. Summon a fortress gate when I die. Ooh. Pull myself to the front. Stun the first enemy. Explode 1 random gem boosted by my life. What the fuck? She breaks a male ogre's jaws. Good for her. There's just a woman. Random ally. Give him 3 armor boosted by yellow gems. Yeah, just one of this. No, alright. And I don't... Yeah. Let's just spend this. There's the mangy rabbit man! Oh. Why's the carrot made of meat? Why's the carrot made of meat? Why's the carrot made of meat? Why's the carrot bleeding? That's so fucking metal. 5 damage to an enemy boosted by green gems. Disease them. That's annoying. Good for her. Bounty card. Inflict disease when doing skull damage. Immunity to disease and lycanthropy. I wish there were traits, let's say like side traits for the bounty cards, so that when you were doing bounty hunting, this would be the first default skill or trait, whatever. And then whenever you're using it outside of bounty hunting, I wish it had like just some basic bitch whatever power. Just so you can fully use it outside. Alt trait, yes. Exactly like that. Lava worm. 7 damage to the last enemy. 7 gems. 1 life for each red ally. Immunity to burning fire. Red, yeah. Oh, look at him! He's just a little guy. Look at that little guy. He's like, yeah. 6 damage to an enemy. If the enemy dies, inflict a random status effect on all enemies. Interesting. Bounty. Summon a dark storm. Cannot be targeted by spells. No, okay. So, don't have any of that. It's not really worth it, but why the fuck not? Keeper of Souls. Stonebiter, Silver Maiden. Okay. Huh. Anyway. My god, it's still there. That's so funny. Alright. So last thing I'm gonna do before we wrap up for tonight. So I'm gonna go to order and upgradable. I'm gonna see... Oh, there's a few cars I can upgrade. When it tells you, there's something so satisfying about having... I see that there's like an ascend all troops, but I really like doing it by hand. Oh, I was just gonna say, there was something very, very satisfying about having like a baby card and getting it all the way up to Mythic, which this is the perfect example of. In the Ascension, you can see that it started out as a common, because the first upgrade is the green, which is rare. And here I am, with 100 extras, and I get to put them up to Mythic. That's fun. You can kind of also tell with the diamonds at the top of the card beside the mana, whichever one is spiky is its base rareness. First one, of course, being common, so they start out white. And then any one that is colored in after that is the level that you have upgraded it to, and anything that is left over in gray, as you can see here, are ascensions that you haven't reached yet. That I can still ascend her 5 more times once I get the extra cards. So it's just super cool having a baby card and getting it all the way up to mythic. It was like, wow, I've collected and I've done things here. It's a little accomplishment thing. Any come naturally mythic? Yes. Like the Ketris Bull one that I was showing off earlier, that is a naturally mythic. Usually the tricolored ones are. Kind of. I really want that. So if I have my filter on to show rarity, it shows me right now all the ones that I have, like, mythicized, legendary, blah 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 blah. So like this guy was a rare, he was stage 2 whenever I got him, and I have collected enough that I've fully upgraded him. And I think Ketris is the only one I've gotten that's come mythic. I think every other one that I've gotten, I've upgraded myself. Especially I have quite a few that I've upgraded from baby. Ketris came mythicized. Huh. A baby dragon, you. Where is a baby dragon? Actually, baby dragon is really cool as a random card because, yeah, he start off as baby, which actually you can get to the dragon eggs as your starter. Get these sorts of things. So a 25% chance upon death to summon a baby dragon, or you can use the power of the card to summon a baby dragon. And the baby dragon will pop in, and then you get to play with the baby dragon, who immunity silence, immunity burning fire, burning and fairy fire, 1 magic for each red ally, but also deals 3 damage to a random enemy, but transforms into a random dragon. So whenever you use the power of the baby dragon, he could potentially become any singular dragon card. So you best have your dragons like mythicized and skilled out and everything else. He's really cool. You don't really know what you're gonna get, and that's kind of fucking fun. So like the Kraken came legendary. He was 1 step before. Same with the Leviathan. Oh, there we go. I have one other one. Obsidious. He came mythic. Summon a dust storm when an enemy dies. Reduce damage by 50. Stun all enemies on 4 or 5 matches. Deal 11 heavy splash. 75% damage to adjacent. Ooh. Destroy 5/5 block. There's a 50% chance to deal 11 light splash damage to a random enemy. That, oh my god, you could hit them like twice. That's awesome. Make a cool RNG summon team. Legitimately, you could, though. And if you have enough cards, at least mythicized, if not putting in your time and effort to putting in the skills for most cards, that would be super fucking cool. Those might be my only 2. Yeah, those are the only 2 that came mythicized. But also, like, God, the skills are a bit of a pain in the ass, especially if they're higher level. Or, sorry, higher rarity whenever you get them. So any of the cards with the green plus sign, that means that they have traits that I have yet to unlock. Because they are a pain in the ass. So we'll go to upgrades and traits. So you need however many trait stones. Ugh. You need however many trait stones to get one level. Now in the last window that is showing you what it needs for all three. And these trait stones are an absolute fucking pain in the ass to collect. The higher up it gets, the more you need to make them. And making them in the forge is good fucking god. Do it again. So you get, like, jewels for defeating dungeons and certain other quests. And with the gems, you can make... When do they kick in? There it is. The Celestial Trait Stone, which is the big one, but you need 100 of every one of the gems. Which... I've got a few of each. Not a ton, but some. Shit. And then all of these arcane trait stones. Those are something you can explore for, where you basically run gauntlets through each of the lands. Every land has their own color combination that they could potentially give you. It's not even a guarantee, so you are hoping on luck in order to get them. But guess what? In order to make them, if you can't find them, you need to make the Celestial Trait Stone. And each one needs 2 Celestial Trait Stones. Plus they need souls, and they need different types of runes. And then the runes need to be made with teeny tinier runes. It's just such a pain in the ass. I haven't made one of these special ones yet. I should focus on that one day. Summoning stones. Anyway. She's a lot of goddamn work, is what I'm saying. And I'm like falling asleep sitting up here. So that is that. That is me sharing my Gems of War with you guys. Something that every once in a while I like to play incredibly seriously. And I'll do that for like a week to 2 weeks.
That's got to be the best part I've ever seen.
So it would seem.
And then I put it down for like 3 months.
Has anyone ever told you you have
Nice
stunning
work,
cheekbones?
Bone Daddy.
Thanks, JJ. It takes sweaty. So yeah, if it appeals to you at all, I do suggest Gems of War. It's a fun little kick-around game that you don't have to be invested in if you really don't want to be. You can legitimately just play it free to play. And you'll be able to get along at least through the base levels of most of the worlds. You just kind of have to pay gold to open the worlds, but the more little missions you do, the more gold you get. Upgrade a kingdom, you'll get more gold that way. If you basically just like leave the game running, you'll be able to come back to it every so often, hit a button, get a little bit of gold, essentially rinse and repeat. So yeah, it's not a necessary thing to purchase anything out of the store. You can play it without, which is nice. But yeah. That's Gems of War. I could go to sleep on the microphone right now. I could. Also before we go, Big Leaf Lewis is coming back with a vengeance. He BLL. Both of the tips on the sprouts on the side, both of those are now growing new leaves besides the ones that I showed on stream last week. They have unfurled their first leaves and are now starting on their next ones. So this is always what made me pay attention to Big Leaf Lewis. He really feeds my editor. Let me just get... I need to put more soil in his pot again. It just gets loose and goes everywhere. I need to stick him further down in the pot is what I really need to do, but after fucking with him, I don't really want to move him around again until a little bit later on. So if anyone remembers what all these leaves look like before, there are the 3 leaves I showed off last time. And in there is, let's see, I can kind of show it off there in front of my finger here. This is starting to split open, if you can kind of see. Well, I can kind of see the 2 different points against my finger where the tip of this plant is starting to break open so that a new leaf can come out. And then in here is that second sprout. And oh yeah, you can see it. There's already a green leaf starting to curl out there, as you can see against my finger. So within the week, that will be sprouting and opening. And he is taking off again, as Big Leaf Lewis do. So For any of my additive friends out there who want a plant that is a little bit hard to kill, clearly she does well, because I tried to drought her out and he didn't listen. And I've yet to overwater him. So if you want a sturdy little plant that will feed you with basically continual gratification of growing, get the Bambino fiddly fern. It'll keep you preoccupied, and it will feed you often with little rushes of dopamine and serotonin, and being like, oh, I've done something. So, a very good plant when you just want, like, gratifications. And so far, the little Luai, let me reference their real government names here, Nightleaf, Deciduous Leaf Duke, Double Leaf Damien, Two Leaf Tim, and the Chloricle, so far, are not dead. So far. Not saying they won't do it to me yet. But we'll just have to see if they shrivel up and die, or if any of them really do take to planted life. We won't know yet. We won't know for a little bit. But that is Plant Watch. Thank you, everybody, for joining me, watching me play games, for watching me do my gems of war. I don't know what else to say. I'll see you guys Monday, though, for group stream. And that's pretty much it. That's it. I'm tired. I'm done. Let me find my button over here. So yeah. Have a good whatever time zone applies to you. Have good times, have good nights, have good days. I'll see you on Monday. I love you. Goodbye.